Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is a pick a card reading for what should your focus be right now? So this is a question that a lot of my clients ask me during personal readings or coaching sessions. And the question is usually, what is my next step, or what should my focus be on? And I like asking this question whenever I go for a reading as well. Sometimes you have like certain intuitions that come up, or certain feelings like you should be focusing on something, or taking a step in a certain direction, but it can be very confusing in life sometimes to just know where to start or know what the priority is. So I'm hoping that this can be a reading that will point you in the right direction. If you are interested in doing a personal reading with me, head over to my website, promiseharmony.com/services. Also, my personal coaching packages are on sale for this whole month, so you can kick off 2019 with a fresh start. So we're going to get started. Go ahead and choose a number 1, number 2, number 3, or number 4. All right, so just tune in, take some deep breaths, and you're going to choose a number this time in order to receive your reading. You can also roll a dice or use a random number generator that you can Google as well. Or just take some deep breaths, close your eyes, and allow a number to pop up into your mind's eye or your third eye. So if you choose number 1, we're going to get started. And if you choose any of the other numbers, head to the description below where my lovely followers always post the timestamps. So that'll be in the comments below. So if you choose number 1, the cards for you right now are looking really interesting. I feel like there is a challenge in your life because I'm seeing the challenge card. And the message that I'm getting is that there is a specific goal you have or a specific situation that you'd like to be out of. It kind of reminds me of this time in my life where I was working this one job for 13 years. And I got to this point where I was like, I need to leave this job. Like, I can't do this anymore. Like, this isn't me. This isn't what I want. Like, my ideas and my dreams and my desires for my life expanded and I wanted to change. So I feel like that's what's going on with you. There's been like an expansion, which is really positive, but you're looking around at your circumstances and you're realizing like this doesn't fit anymore. This is not an alignment. And you feel like you're just going in circles and circles and you can't get through this door. Like it's not happening fast enough. And so there is definitely a message here about patience. But what I'm seeing for your focus is a couple different things. First of all, they're saying before you move forward, you need to find balance within you. It's not about perfection. We all have good days, we all have bad days. We get angry, we get sad, we get frustrated sometimes. I'm all about allowing your natural feelings to flow through you and express yourself. We don't want to repress any emotions. Being at balance is not about being positive and being happy and just thinking positive all the time like some people say. It's just about being authentic with yourself. So the message here is to find your balance so that you can move forward in a very powerful energy that allows you to create the momentum that you need to move forward. So how can you go about doing that? First, you need to come up with a vision. You need to get grounded with your passions. Your desires are the compass that allows you to move in the direction of your life mission and soul purpose. So tapping into your desires is going to be the first thing. Maybe you can write a list of things that you like to do, things that make you happy, goals that you have. It can be something as simple as just saving up for your dream car, or wanting to travel to a certain place, or perhaps wanting to move into a different type of career, or perhaps you want to have a child, or it can be anything. Figuring out what your desires are. I have this story about one of my clients actually, and I asked his permission to tell this story on my channel. So this client of mine, all he knew is that he wanted his dream car. That's all he knew. He didn't really know what he wanted to do with his life. He didn't go to college. He didn't really understand yet what his talents and gifts were. He was still kind of uncovering that process. It is an unfolding process. And he just got a couple different jobs and started grinding and started saving and saving and saving for years. And then he bought his dream car. And I don't know, I forget what kind of car it is because I don't really know much about cars, but it was legit. Like, it was the kind of car that people on the street would like stop and would recognize and would be like, whoa, bro, like, how did you get this car? Like, what's the deal here? And he would start telling people the story of how he worked and like what he did to get the car. And because he was very proud of it. And so his story started really inspiring people to work towards their dreams and not to give up. And one day he was telling his story to someone, and this person ended up being like a life coach and like a Reiki technician. And this dude was really inspired by my client's story and invited him to come to like a healing session. And so they started working together and doing healings, and then pretty soon he started apprenticing with this guy. Fast forward a couple years, now he is actually like a Reiki technician, or Reiki artist or healer. And I think he's doing coaching and stuff like that as well. He basically has moved his way into a new career and like found his passion through something that seems kind of unrelated, which is purchasing his dream car. So whether it's, and also for me, just real quick story time, traveling has really led me to my purpose. I just knew, I didn't really know where I was supposed to go, what I was supposed to do. I just knew like I needed to travel. And the first place I knew I wanted to go to was Paris. And so I went there and I started there. I really thought Paris had the answer for me. I wanted to stay long term. I might go back at some point. And I actually did move there. And then I realized like, I want to keep going. I want to keep traveling. I don't just want to stay in one place. And so this journey has like just helped expand me and help me grow. And like one step has led to the next. And so you don't have to have it all figured out. You just need to figure out like what your desires are, even if it's just one thing. And really search your heart and start working towards that. And then it's just go with the flow. Like, you're gonna have to take a risk. You're gonna have to take a leap of faith. Like, my client basically had to get a couple different jobs. That was a risk he took, where he was like, well, I'm gonna be sacrificing a lot of my time. Like, I'm not gonna be able to go out with my friends a lot. Like, I'm gonna be tired. I'm gonna feel drained, but I know I wanna work towards this. So they're saying that's kind of where you should start, is figure out, like, make a list or make a vision board. And I'm gonna put a link at the end of this video to a tutorial I made. It's called How to Make a Vision Board tutorial. If you watch this video all the way to the end, it'll just pop up and you can click on it. And that's a good place to start if you choose number one. And then they're saying also realize that your focus should also be on your healing. Like, there's clearance that's needed. Perhaps there's some trauma in your life, or some kind of abuse you went through, or like a difficult breakup, or you're having some issues with your parents, or you lost a friend, or there was a death or something like that. And so you're still kind of going through this healing process. And so they're saying, you know, continue to heal and make that your priority. And on the side, little by little, you can take steps towards this new path and towards this new venture, and realize like you're the only thing that's holding yourself back. Don't wait for something to happen, make it happen. When you pray, when you wish, when you dream, when you fantasize, the universe will send opportunities to you, and there will be miracles. But at the same time, you are the master creator of your life, and you're co-creating with the universe. And you have to remember, like, if you want something to change, you got to be the person to take the first step to get that momentum going. And then the universe can kind of meet you in the middle and like bring the next step to you. So you have to take that leap. And so you're being prepared to do that. That's your focus, is getting ready to do that. Maybe doing the research on like what that entails for you. While also continuing your healing process. And this is very personal to each person. Sometimes healing is just a lot of rest. Sometimes it's going to like traditional therapy, or, you know, reading self-help books, or spending more time out in nature, or even visiting your doctor if it's a health thing, meditation, prayer, spending time around, friends, family. It's really personal. So follow your heart when it comes to your healing process. And yeah, I hope that this reading resonates with you. Thank you so much for visiting my channel, and I will see you later. Peace out. All right, so if you choose number 2, we're going to look at your cards here for what your focus should be. So there is a message about you wanting to move, excuse me, move. And if it's not moving, it could be traveling. The fox is usually the movement card. Funny enough, I pulled this card a lot every time I'm about to move somewhere or move to a new location. So this is talking about perhaps a move that you're working towards. Could also be moving in with somebody, because I see this like soulmate kind of card. Maybe it's also talking about you want to move forward in life and you want to manifest a soulmate or a twin flame or somebody to settle down with, a long-term relationship. That could also be it. Remember, this is a general reading. You take whatever resonates, whatever parts resonate with you. I do see a lot of messages here about love. This is the reunion card, talking about reuniting with the soulmate or a twin flame. So this might be what's on your mind right now. A lot of different goals that you have. As far as love goes, anytime you're trying to manifest a twin flame, a soulmate, or love into your life, the best thing to do really is focus on yourself. That's why, when you get love advice, you hear that message repeated all the time, like, just focus on yourself. Well, it's true. It's actually true, because when you're focusing on yourself and you're moving towards your goals and your dreams, you're doing things that you like, you're taking very good care of yourself, you're meeting your needs. What happens is you create a very beautiful energy around you that's very attractive. You also unblock your sacral chakra, which is the chakra energy center that has to do with relationships and has to do with your creativity as well. And so exercising your creativity, moving towards perhaps and here's the creativity card. I didn't even see that. That's hilarious. So yeah, definitely moving towards your creativity is going to help you unblock this energy. Maybe some of you guys are trying to manifest friends or like a group of friends, or you're like your soul family. And I think it's so interesting. I manifested like a lot of friends and people from my soul family when I started to paint. I was like alone. I was going through my dark night of the soul, part of spiritual awakening. I was kind of having a rough time. I was going through a healing process. And I got to this point where I really did feel like I was ready to get back out there and make some new friends. But first I was just like bored and lonely, and I was just sick of like watching Netflix and stuff. And so I picked up painting, and I started painting all the time and just like listening to music and enjoying myself. And one thing led to the next. Like, it was actually painting and that creative energy that led me to tarot. Like, I started wanting just more things to do with my hands, and I was like really open-minded about trying different things, and that's kind of how I found my way into tarot. So it's just weird, like if you try something creative, it'll usually lead you to something that is like, maybe a purpose or a talent or a gift that you have. But it'll also create a really welcoming energy around you. It's about that self-love. It's about loving yourself, spending time with yourself, meeting your needs. If you're bored, if you're tired, if your spirit is broken, like, start doing things that you used to like to do as a child. Start to do things that that make you happy. And my resolution for this year is I really want to take horseback riding lessons, because as a child I loved riding horses. I was obsessed with horses, and I just know that's going to help kind of boost my spirits and get a really good energy going. So this is about, for you, I feel like your focus should really be on your aura and making your energy very attractive by that self-love, by focusing on the inner child, by really taking steps, like physical steps. It's not so much about the meditation for you right now. I don't see like you got it clear, do the energy healing or anything. If you have a routine with that, great. I feel like it's more about what you're doing in the 3D in your physical life, like every day. It's the little habits and your little routines, like shaking that up a little bit to create a shift. Because if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. So it's about trying something, just adding little different things to your schedule every day. And then this is transformation. They're saying your transformation in this stage is almost complete. You're like the butterfly that's getting ready to take flight. And it's a really beautiful time in your life, and it's just about like celebrating yourself. I'm getting this message like you're not going to be alone for much longer. If you're feeling lonely, it's just you've been kind of in this space to really celebrate yourself, learn how to celebrate and embrace yourself. So I hope that resonates with you. Thank you so much for visiting my channel, and I'll see you later. Peace out. So if you choose number 3, let's see what your focus should be on right now. So there's a beautiful message coming out for you. Maybe you're worried because I feel like 2018 was kind of a crazy year for you. I mean, it was for a lot of us. We had a lot of planets that were in retrograde. Almost all of the planets were retrograde around the same time for months. And so it was like causing this stagnant energy. It felt like everything was just kind of frozen in time. Like we were hitting walls. There was a lot of resistance. It was kind of drawing us inward for, you know, healing and introspection so we could give rise to some new desires. And now it's 2019, the energy is moving forward. This is a timeless reading, so if you're watching this years in the future, I still feel this energy. And this is saying you've left difficult times behind. So I feel like it was kind of a mystery where life was taking you, and things seemed really uncertain for a while, but this is saying like the skies are clearing, like these clouds are parting, and you can actually feel like you have a sense of direction now. And this hawk is a symbol of opportunity. So you've been through a lot. It's been a hard time for you, but they're saying it's time to stop hiding. That should be your focus right now, is stop hiding, get out there, get out of your cave, create opportunities. It's time to think of different ideas. It's like you have a couple different ideas going. You're like, maybe I could, you know, start a business, or maybe I could, you know, put my resume out and try another job, or maybe I could, you know, manifest this thing I want, or maybe I could go to this place, or maybe I can try to join a group and make new friends. It's like a whole bunch of different ideas you have, and you have a lot of ideas and you're very creative, but nothing has really been anchored down into the reality because you need to be the one to take the first step. And so the message here is talking about making a decision, just starting with one thing and moving towards that. And I feel like a lot of you guys that chose this, you're very creative, you're very talented. And so for some people, it's hard to figure out like, what are my talents? What are my gifts? What do I do? But for you, you have so many, so you don't know which one to start with. And I know how that is. Like, I'm very artistic. I'm an empath. Along my earlier journey, I wanted to be a writer, I wanted to model, I wanted to do fashion styling, I wanted to act, I like to sing and write music, and there was just like so much stuff I wanted to do. What helped me was just picking one thing and working towards that. So I started doing music writing. I did that for a while, and then I kind of grew out of it a little bit. I moved into fashion writing. You know, that was cool, but I wanted to do something more, so I moved into being a creative director, editor, got bored of that, moved into fashion styling. Really stuck with that. I finally found something I felt like I wanted to stick with, still doing that to this day. But I, once again, kind of wanted something more. We expand, we grow, we change. You know, we're always giving root to new desires. I started doing tarot. I started taking on new hobbies like painting. I went back to music writing. And, so I've tried so many different things, but the thing that's worked for me, and I feel like these cards is it's trying to tell you to pick something and really invest in that and stick with that for like a while. And one thing will lead to the next. It's okay to like kind of quit something and move on to the next level. That's okay. It's just, this shouldn't be happening like every couple weeks or like every month. Like, give it at least a year or two, like really invest in it. And guess what? You're not wasting your time. Some people are afraid to make a decision or commit because it's like, am I going to waste my time? Is this the right decision? What if it's the wrong decision? I don't think there's really anything like such thing as the wrong decision. Like, you're going to learn from no matter what choices that you make. And I don't think there's really such thing as failure. I think it's just like stepping stones to your success. That's how I see it. And so the message here really is investing in something for a long period of time and not being afraid to start at the bottom. That really should be your focus right now. And I'm actually going to open the book here because I took some notes about this card. This is the number 3, the Empress in the traditional tarot. And it says it's time for you to use your logic and your intuition to give birth to desires. It's time to express your creativity. It's a very fertile time for you. Any seeds that you plant now will grow in abundance. Time to be productive. And then it says, you'll receive enough money to move forward. First you take action, then the money comes. So your wishes will be provided for. So this is your focus. I hope that this resonates with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. And oh, one more card for you, passion. I'll see you next time. Peace out. So for those of you guys who choose number 4, let's go ahead and get your message about what your focus should be. Okay, so first of all, I'm seeing some kind of issue here with a broken heart or someone that's backstabbed you or betrayed you. It could have been a breakup or somebody cheated on you. It could be related to love. This is usually related to love, but it could have to do with a toxic friend or even family. Maybe the aftermath of the holidays with like fights and brawls that happened. Sometimes that happens around the holidays. And once again, this is a timeless reading, so if it's not the holidays, it still applies. But I feel like you're going through, there has been some kind of injustice. Someone has hurt you or betrayed you, and you've been processing this. There's a message about being honest with yourself, not being like, not feeling guilty for being upset or being angry about this, finding healthy ways to express these emotions, like screaming into a pillow or listening to music that really makes you feel that mood and crying and singing the lyrics, or expressing yourself artistically, or going to talk therapy, stuff like that. This is also reminding you to be honest with anyone that you are in this relationship with. Some of you guys are considering leaving a relationship, so this is your focus right now, and you're worried like, how am I going to get enough money to leave this, because maybe you're living with the person or it's like a divorce situation. And so that is kind of a message about being honest with yourself, and kind of figuring this out. Now, I also see this message that you're going through a transition right now. It's kind of a message of hope. It's like the rainbow comes after the storm. You guys know I love that quote. And it's saying you just have a few waves of transition to pass before it's smooth sailing. So I really feel like these cards are just trying to level with you for where you're at right now, reminding you that you're in a transition. So I think your focus should be on just riding this out. It's kind of like a message about there's not really much you can do right now. Go with the flow. I just tried to pull a clarifier because I was like, what should your focus be right now? Like, what are you supposed to do? I feel like they're saying don't do anything. You need to surrender. You need to welcome whatever energy is happening in your life. Make the choices you feel like you need to make right now to leave this energy behind, or to just heal from this energy. And they're saying it's going to be over soon, and then you'll be in a position where you feel like you can actually take action. So this might not be time in your life for you to really take action, to just be. And that happens sometimes in my life. There's times where I feel like, okay, I got to get this stuff done, like time to take action, like I'm going to hustle. And then there's other times where I feel like I'm just being called to be present and to just like get up every day and just be, and like not really make plans and just follow my heart. So I feel like that's where you're at. I feel like your focus right now is just on being the witness, presence, you know, welcoming whatever energy is coming to you, tackling things one step at a time. It's not really time for you to really make any big goals or take any risks or leaps of faith. I feel like a couple months from now, or maybe a month or two, I'm seeing this window of like 2 months, the energy will shift, and then you'll be in a rebirth and you'll be starting over. It'll be a new beginning. There'll be some blessings coming in your life, and I feel like you're at the end of a death cycle, and we all go through this, you know, even the plants, you know, the seasons. It's like you're at the end of like your personal winter. Spring is coming, you know, the snow is starting to thaw, and it's just like you need to allow that time before you can, you know, plant the seeds and have that new growth. So your message right now really is flow. So I hope that resonates with you. Thank you guys so much for visiting my channel. And if you are interested in a personal reading, head over to promiseharmony.com/services. And you can also leave suggestions below in the comments. If you have any pick a card readings you'd like to see, or any topics you would like me to discuss. I also want to shout out real quick my new series, Living the Dream in 2019. I just posted, at the time that I'm recording this, I just posted a video about how to travel the world, make a business that allows you to travel the world. So check out that video. It's really informative. I spent a lot of time on it, so be sure to like go see it. And if you're interested in how to travel the world, and let me know below in the comments if you have any specific dreams for this year, anything that you need help with. I can definitely help you guys out. So thank you for coming to my channel, and I'll see you later. Peace out.